gotta treat and move my feet. I've gotta treat and move my feet. Nobody else gonna rescue me. I've gotta treat and move my feet. If I wanna have more joy in my life, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on smiling till I feel alright. The key to success is in my hands. As soon as I understand, I've gotta treat and move my feet. I've gotta treat and move my feet. Nobody else gonna rescue me. I've gotta treat and move my feet. If I wanna have more peace in my life, I need to take time to listen to the voice inside. If I know who I am and my aim is true, the only thing I got to do, I've gotta treat and move my feet. I've gotta treat and move my feet. Nobody else gonna rescue me. I've gotta treat and move my feet. I'm so glad that it's up to me. I've gotta treat and move my feet. I've gotta treat and move my feet. I've gotta treat and move my feet.
I am going to be singing a song called I Am the Change, written by me. And if you pick up on some of the easier lyrics, you are more than welcome to join me. It could be anyone. I have the power. Close my eyes, take the leap, and make a wave. Taking the chance, won't turn away. Changing the world, starting today. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. A do 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 a do 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 a do 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 a do 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 do. See what I can become. It's within me. I am more than enough. I know it's true. Taking the chance, won't turn away. Changing the world, starting today. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. I a change. I do 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 do. I do 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 do. I do 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 do. I do 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 do. I do 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 do. I do 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 do.
Oh, thank you, Emily. We love that. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, coming to you live from Paoli, Pennsylvania. I'm Maxine Kaye. I'm very fortunate to be and grateful to be the spiritual leader of this beloved community. You are all so welcome here. We're delighted that you joined us, and tell your friends that if they're not here with us this morning right now, they can just go to the website later on and look at it again, because it will be archived there. We love welcoming you. We love that you're choosing to spend this hour with us. It's a time of healing and reflection and inspiration, music, and uplifting in so many different ways. That's what we have intended for you, and that's what we're here to do. For we have beautiful spiritual tools that we apply to all kinds of human conditions. And these spiritual tools make a difference in our lives personally, in our families, in our communities, and ultimately in the world itself. So we're grateful to be able to tune in to that source, which brings us all the good, all the love, all the wisdom, and every type of goodness we can imagine. So thank you for being here with us today. We are working together as a beloved community, and have been for many years now, to make a difference in our lives and to bring that difference into our larger community, and as I said, ultimately into the world itself, because we have a desire and an intention and a vision, a mission, if you will, that we love realizing is for the whole world itself, as well as for right where we are at any time. And it goes like this: awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. If we realize, if we remember, if we come to understand that there is a magnificence within every human being, and that it is indeed spiritual, because we're all made out of the one spirit, then we begin to see things differently. And we can begin to treat people differently by realizing that there is no one who did not come fully orbed from that divine life itself. We're all godlings, if you will. And we also know that we have an important thing to do here. And we've been in the process of doing it along with millions of light workers all over the world. And it's a way to change our lives and our world. And it simply is that we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. Imagine that, a world that works for all humans, for all sentient beings, for all animals, and the world itself. A world that works for all. Start imagining what that might look like, and then imagine it with us. And whenever you can, and whenever we are meeting in person, and you're close enough that you can join us, please do, because we love the beautiful opportunity to be together, to see each other's smiles. And we imagine your smiles right now as you over the airwaves. And we're giving you air hugs all the time. We love you already, wherever you are on your spiritual path, or wherever you may be in the world. And isn't the internet a marvelous opportunity for us to be together all over the world, wherever we are? And we're very, very grateful for it. We also have a purpose statement. Some of you know it, and we're going to put it up on the screen, and you can say it with us if you wish to. And it goes like this: living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And that's the truth. So we're going to have an opening song by our own beloved Eddie Watkins Jr. Isn't it interesting? Every center and every church considers Eddie Watkins Jr. their own. And it's it is I'm saying yes to life. Take it away, Eddie.
Well, I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo! Yes to life. I'm saying yes to life, yes right to now. Yes, yes. The spirit of love within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of joy within me is expressing itself right now. What are we gonna create today? The universe is ready to play. Yes, spirit surely will lead the way. Yes, if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. Ooh, I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. Yes to life. I'm saying yes to life, yes right to here, life. Right now. Yes. The spirit of life within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of light within me is expressing itself right now. Whatsoever you conceive, if you believe it, you can achieve it. The universe will always agree if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, saying yes. I'm saying yes, saying yes, 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 yes. I'm saying yes, I'm saying yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Yes to life. Oh, I'm saying yes to life. Oh, let me hear you say it, say it, say it, say it to life. Let me hear you say yes, yes, I'm saying yes to life.
Eddie, you are wonderful. You stir our souls, and we love that. Thank you. Well, good morning to the kids, wherever you may be. Let's take a couple of moments just to get together. And see, this is where I get to use my imagination and see your beautiful faces. We do get to see some of you occasionally now that we're meeting once or twice a month, usually twice a month. But here, we just get to connect with you this way, and I'm grateful for that. Well, this whole month is about inspiring each other and being inspired. And it's also today about health and wholeness. And so I remembered about a young boy who had injured one of his feet, just one of them. And the doctor was working with him, his family, to help him. And it just didn't happen instantly that it got well. But the next visit that the young boy had with the doctor, his foot was completely healed. And the doctor was amazed because it had been so quick, actually. And he asked the young boy, "What do you think caused that to happen? Look at you." And the little boy was wise enough, having gone apparently to a New Thought Fun Day school, that he understood that where he put his attention made a difference in how things turned out for him in his life. And so what he had done those many days between visits was he focused his attention on his other foot, which was perfect. He turned his attention away from the one that seemed to be injured. And he just saw how beautiful and perfect the other foot was. And then the next thing he knew, after doing this good spiritual mental work day after day, was he had 2 perfect feet. So it may take a little time, it may take no time at all, but we definitely can. We absolutely can come back to our wholeness, because that's the way God created us. And so actually it was like one foot inspired the other foot, but the basic work that he did was to keep his attention on that which was whole and complete and beautiful. So that's the story for today, and it's a true one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a gorgeous day here in Pennsylvania. Bye for now. Okay. Shall we have a meditation? Yes, let's have a meditation. Let's take a deep, holy breath of life. And as we breathe in, feel the life-changing presence of Spirit flowing through our bodies, our minds, and our emotions. And as we release that breath slowly, just move into an awareness of complete rest and relaxation. Take another deep, sacred breath of life. Allow it to circulate through your entire consciousness. Breathe out and rest and relax. And then just breathe naturally and normally. And let's allow ourselves to slip into spirit. Something very comfortable. Something uplifting. Something healing and nurturing. It is the presence, the Holy Presence itself, that lives and dwells and abides within and around us all. This is real life. This is the truth of our being. This is the truth of all creation. Let's return to it now. And let that breath become a bridge to your heart. Walk across that bridge in consciousness and enter into your heart of hearts, where God abides in fullness. As you enter in, rest. Feel the serenity. Experience a divine embrace. For here is peace, love, and the unimpeachable wholeness of this universe. Feel yourself wrapped in love, filled with peace and joy, and with the wisdom that guides, inspires, and leads the way, each step unfolding the greater presence within. And here in this place of sanctity, bring into your heart all the loving and all the wonderful and all the otherwise people in your life. Bring them all into your heart. And let them also experience the divine embrace, the unimpeachable wholeness. And know that it is not you or I, but the presence itself that does all the work. There's nothing for us to do but rest in this sweet, serene, divine presence. and let it nurture and heal and reveal the beauty, the health, the love of all. Come deeply, deeply, deeply into your heart and ask any question you may wish to ask, knowing that it will be fulfilled. It will be answered. Come into the silence just for a bit. And let the answer be revealed, whether it's now or later. Know that it is already given to you. And simply let God be God in you. Let God be God in each beloved and each person that you have brought to mind. And let God be God in all of humanity. In this place of sweet serenity, we rest and allow the rest of our day to unfold in grace and ease. How grateful we are that all is well.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in into the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Wanna sing with me? Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love. To the deepest kind of love. The sweetest kind of life. To the sweetest kind of life. Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Get ready. Get ready, my soul.
Oh, Daniel, you always touch my soul, and especially with that song. That was beautiful. Thank you. Now we're going to have the privilege of hearing some good words and opening spiritual mind treatment from our dear practitioner, Nettie Bonner.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Good morning. I'm Nettie Bonner, a practitioner at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, and it is my great pleasure to offer you the opening spiritual mind treatment this morning. But first, I want to start with two quotes that are relevant to the topic today. The first is from Bernie Siegel, a noted medical physician, and this is as he's quoted in a fantastic book called Mind Over Medicine by Lissa Rankin. And he says, within each of us is a spark. Call it a divine spark, if you will, but it is there and can light the way to health. There are no incurable diseases, only incurable people. And this is me editorializing. We know that we get to determine that we are those curable people, not the incurable people. Ernest Holmes, in his text on page 203, says, healing is the discovery of the divinity within. Health is an omnipresent reality, and when the obstructions that hinder healing are removed, it will be found that health was there all the time. So as I begin this treatment, I'm going to state it in the first person, and I welcome you to take it as your own if you wish. There is only one power in the universe, one truth, and this is a power for all good. It is a power of beauty, of light, of joy, of wisdom, and of wholeness. This truth is all that there is. I know that I am one with this truth. It is my birthright to embrace all the qualities of this divine presence. And as such, I embrace and know I am one with perfection and wholeness in body, mind, and spirit. As I embrace this truth, I know that the love and the divine presence flows through every cell of my body. Every organ, every function in my body is blessed and cleansed with this divine love as I rest in the presence of God. And God's healing life and light and wholeness and perfection flood every cell of my body, keeping me whole and well. Mighty currents of this divine spirit flow through me now and always. And I am guided in every practice to maintain this wholeness and this health, whether that be nutrition, exercise, rest, and simply surrendering to the wholeness within. I am guided to the right practices and people to sustain this wholeness throughout my life, now and evermore. I am so grateful for this truth. I'm so grateful for the mighty powers of healing and wholeness flowing through me now. And I release my word to the law, knowing it is true. It is always true, and it is already done. And so it is.
And so it is. That was beautiful. Thank you, Nettie. There she goes. Oh, that was wonderful. Now let's have an affirmation, and it's on your screen. I rely on my source for the revelation of radiant wholeness within me, and my vision of health and well-being is complete. Okay, I love our topic today. I tend to love them every day. We get to take a deep dive every day into a greater awareness and a greater practice of utilizing our beautiful spiritual tools for every imaginable challenge we may experience in our lives. So the theme for the year is building a new consciousness. How better can we build a new consciousness than to inspire each other? How better to build a new consciousness than to let spirit within us inspire us as to what's the next thing to do. And today is about stirred by spirit, revealing the healing. Whoa. Stirred by spirit. You know, there are a lot of stories in the Old Testament, which is truly the Hebrew Bible, that involved stirring up the spirit. And actually, it is spirit that stirs us when we are open and receptive to that divine movement. And so our job is to be willing to experience it. We just need to be quiet and let it in. And the quote from Luke I'd like to share is, this is where Luke is recalling what he has been told. Because keep in mind that the New Testament, or the Christian Bible, which, well, it includes both, but it was written down 40 to 70 years after the death of Jesus and the resurrection. So nobody really was present who wrote about it, but the stories had been passed down orally. That was the tradition until finally it was written. So this is what it says in Luke about Jesus after a beautiful healing that he had accomplished. And he said unto him, Arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. Thy faith hath made thee whole. Because what is our faith and what is its function but to get us so centered and so confident that we allow that divine wholeness that has always been our truth to reveal itself. Thy faith hath made thee whole. It's the opening up of our hearts and our minds and an entire consciousness to receive the gift of what has already been given. We have somehow separated ourselves from that truth by whatever means it was, where we entered into an experience that was perhaps painful or challenging or difficult, and we allow ourselves to return to our source. So we allow ourselves to be stirred by spirit to the point that we just relax and feel the wholeness again. Physical, emotional, mental, societal, planetary healing all begin with a faith-filled consciousness. That's why we come together, open our hearts and our minds and our consciousness to each other so that we can inspire each other to return to that place of invincible spiritual wholeness, which manifests itself in every form in our human experiences in life. So we needn't become whole. Let's remember that. And the reason we needn't to become whole is that we are already whole on the deepest level of our being, the part that is true and real and eternal and changeless. It's the external part that we find is challenging from time to time, because the reality of our unimpeachable wholeness has always been, will always be. So remember, we're not, when we are coming back to our wholeness, we are revealing that wholeness. You know, we're not returning. Well, in a sense, we are returning to it, but we're revealing what has always been true. We're not recovering. Remember, I've shared with you, we recover our couches and our chairs, perhaps, but we reveal what's already there. That's an important thing for us to understand and to remember. That we're not making anything happen. We're simply becoming receptive to what's already true, has always been, and will always be. We feel the presence stirring within us. And we feel it stirring in order to help us return to our center of all good. The steady focus on the underlying universal wholeness reveals what's eternally true. Like the young boy that I was telling the kids about this morning. He stopped focusing on what was hurting him and didn't look so good to him. And he turned his attention to that which is already perfect. We could learn a lot from children sometimes, don't you think? This is what we get to do, is to shift our thinking. And so it's not a healing, it is a revealing. We don't recover, we uncover. And each demonstration of health, and we have had many over our lives, and there are more to come, each demonstration of our health and our well-being inspires and uplifts others as well. Don't you see how good it is, not only for ourselves, but for others to see how this beautiful expression of life works through us? It is motivational. It uplifts others on their spiritual journeys as well. I think back to one of my centers in Northern California, and what may have been considered miraculous healing was so beautiful. A baby drowned in our congregation, literally, technically drowned, and went to a wonderful hospital in our area. And day after day, there was spiritual mind treatment for that baby. And one of our wonderful traveling singers would come and sing to him. And ultimately, he returned to complete wholeness. Complete wholeness. The doctors were thrilled, scratched their heads a little bit, but thrilled. And isn't it wonderful that there are more and more people in the medical field, like Bernie, that Nettie shared with you this morning, who understand the workings of the presence and the infinite law of mind, and support each other in doing that. I remember when I was in my first congregation, if there was one of our people who was due to have a surgical procedure the next day, I would go in to pray with them the night before, and if the doctor who happened to be on call recognized me, she knew that it was going to go well, because that person was ready and willing to experience a consciousness of wholeness and rested in that awareness that God was in charge. And I had another wonderful woman, a world-renowned physician, actually, in my second congregation there, who she took first-year class with me, and she would do her spiritual mind treatment work. And at the end of the treatment, she would say, "And so there." And she, either audibly, if the person understood and was willing, or silently, as she was going into the operating room with the patient, would do spiritual mind treatment. So it's wonderful for us to realize that it's not medicine and spirituality. It is all coming together with people who are conscious and willing to open their hearts and use their fine minds and bring it all together to make a difference. And there was a couple in that same community who had been trying for years to have a baby, and they had been told that they were infertile, that she was infertile. Well, I christened both of those children, the girl and the boy, a few years later, not too many years later. So these wonderful stories are true, and they can inspire us to realize that anything and everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible, and it is always possible for us to return to our source and to experience our innate wholeness. You see, no one is outside of this healing presence. There isn't anyone who doesn't have access to it. So why doesn't everyone experience instantaneous healing, I ask myself. Why doesn't everyone experience an instantaneous healing when no one is outside of the healing presence? All right, let's look at a few possibilities. One is the law of growth, you know? You put a seed in the ground, and that poppy is not going to pop up tomorrow. There's a law of growth. It takes time to receive the nurture it needs and the sunshine and the rain and ultimately come up and step by step, and there it shows itself completely beautiful and whole. So there is no process of healing, but the process in healing is the time that it takes for our consciousness to catch up with what truly is possible for us. So the law of growth is something that we need to consider and to learn some patience with it as moment by moment, day by day, we improve and we improve until we finally have revealed our complete wholeness. Another consideration is deepening faith. This is an opportunity. We're in the middle of pain, or we're in the middle of great challenge physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, and in the planet itself. We are in the middle of a big challenge. It's hard at that time to get out of our human self long enough to surrender to the divinity within and all around us. It is then that we have the great need, and it is a great need, to deepen our faith. How do you deepen your faith when you're struggling? You stop struggling, that's what. Relax into that beautiful divine river of spiritual flow of life, and to allow something greater than we are to work in us, through us, and as us, and allow the faith to become deeper. And we often can use some encouragement and some inspiration from someone else. And if you find that you are with somebody who is struggling in that way, here's what you can do to make a difference. If they are of a mind where they understand and appreciate and are aligned with the principle that we teach, you can speak a treatment out loud. If they're not, you don't need to say a word. Don't you know that it's all energy? And don't we understand that we can silently be a powerful presence with another person? I can remember years and years ago, I visited a woman in a hospital who was really struggling with what she was moving through. And she said, I just don't have the faith. I don't have enough faith. And I instantly said to her, I have so much faith that you can have all of it that you want. And it made a shift for her. She was simply open and receptive then. We need to inspire each other in this way. We have enough for each other. And let's not keep it to ourselves. Let's willingly share it, and sometimes without a word, but just with a silent knowing as you're sitting by someone's bedside, a silent awareness that something beautiful is emerging, that only good is coming from this. Let's help to deepen each other's faith. Another thing I think for us to realize, that many times as a person is going through a challenging time, a great struggle, that realizing that it's, whether it's we or someone else, that greater good is coming from this, whatever the this may happen to be. Some of you have heard of, or maybe even met, Rev Peggy Bassett. She was an amazing woman. She founded a church of religious science in Huntington, Huntington Beach in Southern California. And as she began, she had 40 people. It grew to 6,000. She made so much difference in so many people's lives and in this planet itself. And I met her for the first time many years after she had done all these marvelous things. And she was still doing marvelous things. But she was in a wheelchair at that time, having been moving through ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, for many years. And she was so serene and so powerful still. And the smile was evident on her face. And she very clearly shared with the other ministers and with everybody there that she had had her healing, that it was complete. Her body was getting ready to let go of her consciousness, but her consciousness was complete. And she understood it, and she knew it. So she radiated health, and that was her healing. And her legacy lives on. And she continues to inspire people. And good came of that, certainly came of that. There's a difference, it appears to us, because we're seeing with our two eyes, which sees in duality, between absolute and relative. It's important for us to get this. In the absolute, there is the unimpeachable wholeness of this universe, and it's true for everybody. In the relative, there can be a struggle, physically, emotionally, mentally, in so many different ways. It's a human experience. And I was taught by my beloved teacher, Barney, Earl D. Barnum, that it's important for us to learn to do a graceful dance between the two. Isn't that a lovely idea? A graceful dance between the two. Yes, I'm having this terrible experience right now. And the truth is, I am the expression of the living God. What is true of the infinite is true of me. I'm already complete. I'm stirred by spirit, and I'm allowing the healing to be revealed. I'm feeling the healing. It's a gentle and beautiful and continuous move between the two. One of the Reverend Mike's students on the Saturday morning was referring to this as a paradox. And it's a paradox, and we can bring it into our awareness, into our consciousness in such a way that we do this graceful dance between everything is perfect and I'm not there yet, okay? It's important for us to know this distinction and to remember it, to remember when we're here experiencing the relative condition that it comes and goes. It came to pass. It didn't come to stay. And we must always return here to the homeostasis. I love that word. It means that we're coming back to our perfect balance. And we come back to our perfect balance where? In spirit. In the divine life that is expressing through us so beautifully all the time. Let yourself be stirred by spirit. Let yourself be stirred by spirit, fired up with faith, and inspired by the infinite. And when we do this, we find that we are true revealers of that which is beautiful and true, that which is eternal, that which is infinite and whole and complete. We must have confidence in the presence of love and the power of the law. We are deepening that confidence as we inspire each other, as we share our beautiful, beautiful manifestations with one another, as we look at those that we love who may be suffering and remember who they truly are, and know that everything is energy and that we, with our focused attention, can shift that energy to make a difference, and that's definitely what we're doing. We must have confidence. The second thing we must have is compassion. You know, years and years and years ago, I understand that people in our churches and centers would look at somebody who was having a physical challenge and say, "What's in your consciousness?" Okay, that is so mean. We don't do that. We have compassion. Did you never experience pain? Did you never have a little suffering in your life? Oh, yes. Well, hello. Let's have compassion for the people, including ourselves, who are moving through tough situations, who haven't yet rediscovered that something beyond the human suffering and sorrow is forever, is eternal, and belongs to them and to us. Confidence, compassion, and the third is courage. The courage to state boldly from the absolute, which is true now, always has been, and always will be true of that person, no matter the experience and the appearance. The appearances come and go. The experiences come and go. The conditions float on out of our lives as we deepen our confidence and our compassion and our courage to speak the word. Emma Curtis Hopkins said, "Your word, it is truth on the tongue." Truth on the tongue, whether it is uttered audibly or whether it is within our own hearts and minds and consciousness. Confidence, compassion, courage. Let's continue to inspire each other to wholeness. Let's continue to invite Spirit to stir us up, to remember who we are, to celebrate that wholeness that is the truth of everyone, every sentient being, and oh yes, the planet itself. Coming up to Earth Day next Saturday, let's begin celebrating the wholeness of this planet within our hearts and minds right now. Let's continue celebrating the wholeness and the well-being of ourselves and every beloved one in our lives, and people we don't even know yet. Strangers, just simply friends we haven't met yet, you know. And we want good for everyone. We want the wholeness for everyone, starting here, starting now. I invite you to say with me, I celebrate the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe. I celebrate the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe. I find the good in every experience. I speak truth on my tongue for all. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you. And now we're going to have our celebration of abundance. That's what this is all about, when we choose to return to Source, whatever portion we decide on. Because for me, this beloved community is the closest to my spiritual food, which is why I choose to give to it. I know that I am returning to Source, that which is so abundantly given to me and so generously and graciously given to us all at all times. So as we prepare to give our gift, whether it's electronically or in any other way, let's give it from our hearts as we speak together our prosperity affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered. So it is.
In your heart is a voice, it is a melody calling, eager to show you the way. Now is the time, make the choice, don't go and keep yourself waiting, when peace could be yours today. Singing, God is, I am, I know it, hear it. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. Beautiful. Now there may be times when you've strayed from the path that you feel is more aligned with the truth. But with you always I've stayed. My love, it never will falter. The blood that flows there in your heart beats the proof. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. One more time. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. God is, I am, I know, I am grateful. I release and let it go. Said I release and let it go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GPCSL Morning News. My name is Jeff Messino, and I serve as the secretary and a member of your board of trustees. So welcome. Yes, thank you all. That's my name, just in case you need to know. There it is. Thank you, Dr. Maxine, for a wonderful talk. I know that we are all in need of healing, and just revealing that healing is great. So thank you for that. All right, now on to the announcements. We are holding our second in-person Nibbles and New Thought gathering tomorrow night, Monday, April 17th at 6:30 p.m. at Brick and Brew on King Street in Malvern, PA. This is a monthly opportunity to gather and discuss topics related to New Thought and the science of mind philosophy, while also enjoying amazing food and company. It's not too late to sign up, and we have a few open seats. Just go to our website, www.cslphilly.org, and click on the pop-up screen or go to the events calendar. Another new in-person monthly event is an outdoor full moon ceremony generously hosted by Suzanne and Rick Smethers' home in Malvern on Friday, May 5th at 7 p.m. Seating is limited, so you'll want to go to the website to sign up. Next, Dr. Maxine is offering a 5-session workshop entitled The Gentle Art of Blessing, starting on Tuesday, May 2nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. You will learn to live a life filled with love based on universal principles of gratitude, harmony, circulation, and unconditional love. You can look forward to class discussions and exercises with nothing to turn in. This is a non-tuition love offering class. And, if you would like to join any of our classes and workshops or our other in-person events, just go to our website, www.cslphilly.org, and click on the link on the pop-up or on the homepage. And if you are still lovely enjoying and watching us every Sunday, Celebration and Love Note is on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, to subscribe, and to share with others. When you do, you will receive notices anytime our videos are uploaded. And that's it for today's announcements. Have a great day, and always remember to treat and move your feet.
Thank you, Jeff. It is always a delight to hear you do our our announcements. And now we'll have a closing song, and it is by Charles Haynes and Even Rock called We All Live in Abundance. Get ready.
We all live in abundance. Life is sweet and love is free. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet and love is free. Now let's take a walk through the trees. Hear some birds, their harmonies. See some fruit, climb that tree. Mangosteen, what a dream. Skip-a-dee-bop-bop-bop-bop. Take some time to watch the sky and wonder why. Your heart is full, so let it flow. Trust the earth will let you know that we all live in abundance. Life is sweet and love is free. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. Now at the market, see what's fresh. Organic growers, always the best. Take a sample, that's okay. You gotta love what you're buying today. Taste what's in season, that's the key. Earth ebbs and flows with you and me. Take a seed, look at what you got. Eat it right there, there's no better spot. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. Keep your seeds, spread them around. No better place for them than in the ground. Keep your seeds down and spread them around. There's no better place for them than in the ground. One more time, keep your seeds, spread them around. There's no better place for them than in the ground. And just imagine, in just a matter of time, we could all be swimming now in peaches, lemons, and limes. 'Cause we all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. We all live in abundance. Life is sweet, love is free. We all live in abundance. Planet Earth in harmony. Like jackfruits and...
Life is sweet. And so thank you so much for being with us today. Something wonderful is always taking place, and how good that you're a part of it. As we go forth, we know that the wholeness of the universe is expressing in, through, and as each one of us. How beautiful it is to feel alive in the spirit. All is well, and so it is.